a 9-year-old, a 4-year-old, and a 2-year-old. A little crazy.
Have fun.
Yeah. Today's laundry day. We do laundry all the time in the rig. We'll show you that. But I need to wash all of the linens, and it's just easier to take it to the laundromat here at the campground. So I have my 2 collapsible bins from IKEA. I've got my change. I've got a tiny bag of detergent because I'm not going to carry the whole thing there, and then my bleach to put in. So I'm going to walk over to the laundromat. It's not too far. We always use the wagon. And I'm going to get these started. Hopefully I can do them in 3 loads. And then they'll be done in about an hour and a half. So let's go over there. I enjoy doing the laundry in the laundromat because nobody comes with me. And it's quiet and there's usually just adults there. So if you are worried about doing laundry in the laundromat and starting to go full time, whoever ends up doing it, you will enjoy it, I promise. Because when you live full-time with your children, sometimes it's nice to get away for an hour and a half. It's gonna be a good day. All right, so we're in the Campground Laundromat, and there's 3 open that I can see, so I'm gonna go ahead and use all 3 of them. And you can get changed down at the end there. And they're very clean, so there's not a lot to worry about, those of you who are worried about starting full-time. And the laundromats at the campground, 1,000 Trails usually have pretty good laundromats. And there it goes. Right. I love these IKEA laundry baskets because they come like this, and then I can just collapse them. So they just store on top of our washer and dryer in the rig, and when I'm walking back and forth, I don't have to have big bulky things. These washers do not have a timer on them. Some do, some don't, just depends. And so I usually set it for 25 to 28 minutes, a timer on my phone, so I know when to come back, because you don't ever want to come back and just have your clothes sitting, because there's usually somebody else waiting to use them. So don't be that guy that just leaves your wet clothes hanging out in the washer. Make sure you're back in time to get them into the dryer in an expeditious way. Alrighty, I'll go back in about 25 minutes to check on everything. My timer went off, so I'm gonna head back to the laundry room and switch everything to the dryer. And hopefully there are some dryers open. The dryers in most laundromats are pretty self-explanatory. They are usually much easier to kind of figure out than the washers. So you just put everything in, hit the button to start, and it goes. And they usually take about 45 minutes. If you're at some of the big laundromats that have those huge dryers that are absolutely wonderful, because you can fit like 2 or 3 loads of laundry in those don't take very long. Those can take like 30 minutes. I see a lot of people who look like they're newbies in the big laundromats because you kind of pay for the dryer, like 1/4 gives you 8 minutes. And I see people putting their stuff in those dryers for like 60 minutes, or like putting it in there for an hour, and it really doesn't need to be there. You're gonna be burning your clothes if you put it in for 1 hour, because most of the big dryers at the laundromats are they're just high heat. You can't really tell them you want it to be like a lower kind of like permanent press, and you're just burning your clothes. So just be aware of that if you're using some of those really big dryers in the laundromats. These dryers are like the ones at your home, so if you normally dry your clothes for 40 minutes or 45 minutes, then that might be how long it takes. So I made a rookie mistake. I didn't bring my quarters with me when I went to go and pick up the stuff in the dryer, and most of everything was dry. All of our blankets and our quilt was dry, but the sheets and the mattress protectors were still wet. So taking back the dry stuff, gonna come back over with my quarters so they can run again. All right, we're back to get the sheets. Hopefully everything's dry. Most laundromats will have some type of like bin that you can put your dry laundry in or your wet laundry to move it from one place to another, and then some type of a table that you can kind of fold things on. This is just like a normal table, so it's not very high, but a lot of places have like tall, like countertop level tables, so it's easier to stand and fold things. Or don't you love it when your sheets get all tangled up with each other? Everything feels dry. I'm gonna go ahead and take the dry stuff out. When I came back with my change, I did separate the mattress covers and the sheets because they do kind of dry at different times. The mattress covers are usually a little longer to dry. So I think that's what helped facilitate this. Hopefully the dryer or the mattress covers protectors are dry. Don't forget to clean the lint out. Be a good neighbor. I have my IKEA collapsible. I just bring this up here. There's other people, I'll take my stuff and just dump it on the table so someone else can use the rolly thing. But if I don't have to, just leave it and fold it. Don't judge my folding of this stuff because I'm just going to take it home and put it back on the bed, so I'm not doing good folding. I'm so glad that we have our washer and dryer in the rig, but when it comes to these big pieces of like sheets and comforters, it's just so much easier to use the bigger, regular size washer and dryers because it gives it all the space it needs to dry out. And then you get it nice and fluffy and, you know, like you want your sheets to be. When it comes to our clothes, you know, I'm going to pull those out and fold them and put them away. And it really doesn't matter if they stay fluffy. Don't judge this folding of this fitted sheet. I'm not very good at it to begin with, but really I'm just taking these home and putting them right back on the bed. I've been asked this before. On the bunks and on Ben's crib, I don't use a flat sheet just because it's so hard to make those bunks to begin with that they just get the fitted sheet and their blanket. And they're perfectly fine with that. Ben, most of the time, doesn't even want a blanket. To make it easier on myself when making the bunks, I just use the mattress protector and the fitted sheet, and then they each have a blanket that they picked out. We also use the laundromats when we don't have full hookups, like when we don't have sewer, and we're somewhere we're just staying for a little while, but we still need to wash clothes or sheets or whatever, because it's just time. Or if we move from campground to campground that don't have full hookups and we have to go to the dump station, we can't really use our washer and dryer in the rig because it drains into our gray tank, and the gray tank gets full really quickly when you use the washer and dryer. So we have to wait and do that. But if we really need to go to a laundromat, then that's when I'll bring all the clothes and just get them all done. And then I try to go, if it's a busy campground laundromat, I will find one like in town that has lots of washers and lots of dryers, because when I do like a week's worth of our laundry plus linens and towels and stuff, I can take up 5 or 6 washers because I don't overload them, because I want to make sure everything gets clean. And then, you know, I'll kind of double up on the dryers when they're in the big laundromats, because those big dryers are amazing. And a lot of the laundromats will have big, like this one has it too, I'll show you when I go out, have like the super washers that you can fit a bunch of stuff into. Those are a lot more expensive. I didn't say it earlier, but to wash here is $1.50 to wash and $1.25 to dry. If you go to some of the newer campground or some of the newer laundromats that might be in town, Some of them will take a card, like your debit card, but then it's probably like $3.50 to $4 to wash and maybe $2.25 or $2.50 to dry. So it's significantly more expensive, but it's convenient to not have to carry around quarters or dollars and get change. And the new washers are very efficient. Like they can do like 4 loads of laundry in one thing, and it takes it 22 minutes to wash it all. And that's pretty nice. This is one of the bigger kind of commercial washers. Speed Queen is one of the common ones you'll see here, but they usually lock, and they don't look that much bigger, but it's one of the front loads, so I guess it holds more. I don't know. But this one costs $3.50 to run, where as opposed to the other ones cost $1.50 to wash. Alrighty, I'm gonna head back. Laundry's all done, beds are all made, everything is as it should be. Thanks for coming along with me to do the laundry. Hope I answered any of your questions. If you have any other questions, leave them down in the comments below. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see you all tomorrow. Bye!